In this first dish we have the turkey tenderloins, which we're going to be cooking in a hot pan. What I want to do is I'm going to add a little bit of spray to this. A little non-stick spray, nice and hot. When it's smoking too much, turn it down a little bit. Okay, turn that down just some. Then I'm going to put in my turkey tenderloins. Put them in. It's a little too smoking, too hot. Just turn it down a little bit. Turn that down. What's going to happen is I'm going to cook this for a couple minutes on each side to sear it off. Our turkey tenderloins, as you can see. Now, while that's going, I got some boiling water. I put a little bit of salt in there. I'm going to add in my corn. Corn's already cleaned. You can use frozen corn if you want to save time on this, but right now it's nice, fresh season, spring and summertime for corn, so we're going to put it in some boiling salted water and get that going. So a lot of you cook corn before, some of you haven't. You're going to cook it for at least, once it's in boiling water, for about 15 minutes. So we're going to take it out and let it cool. And I'm going to cut the corns off the cob. Meanwhile, while that's going, here's our turkey tenderloins. Let's keep searing that off on all sides. I got high heat. Searing that off. This is going to lock in some of those juices. We also have our oven that's preheated to 375 already. Now, I've got some barbecue sauce. So any kind of barbecue sauce, I've made my own. Follow the recipe, buy the store-bought. Any flavor you want in barbecue sauce will work. We're going to spoon some of that on. Our turkey. We're going to add a little bit more later, but right now all you got to do is spoon some of that on, or you got a bottle, just squeeze it right on, you're all set. There we go. Spread that out. Now, we've got this on one side of the pan. What we're going to do is move this over. Move it over a little bit, and what we're going to do is we're going to add some zucchini to this. So, nice zucchini. I've done a little bit of slicing before. You're going to slice this on an angle, about 1/4 inch thick on your slices of your zucchini. What's going to happen is we're going to use some of this for this recipe and also for another recipe. So all you got to do is put your zucchini slices right in the pan. Don't worry if you get a little bit of barbecue sauce on it, that's fine. And those are in the pan too. Okay, we're ready to go into the oven. 375 oven's all set. This is going to be at least 15 to 20 minutes in the oven. So that's our zucchini and our turkey tenderloins are cooking right now. We've also got our corn on the cob boiling. Alright, I moved my pan where my corn on the cob is boiling. It's been boiling for about 10 minutes right now. Now I'm ready to put in my green beans. Fresh, clean green beans. If you want to save time, you can use the frozen ones. These are, I've already picked them. I got the pointy ends of the side that I'm saving. And then the stem end has been taken off. Those green beans are going to go in the same water as our corn. What we're doing is saving pots and pans here. So put those green beans in with our corn, and those are going to cook at least 10 minutes. Alright, so it's been at least 15 minutes. And my corn is tender. Let's take a fork, see how tender it is. My green beans, let's check my green beans. Those are feeling really tender too. I got hands, I can take the heat. Take one out, test it. Ready to go. Turn off my heat right now. And I'm going to drain this. Let this corn cool for a couple minutes, because I'm going to take the corn off the cob. Alright, I'm going to take the corn off the cob, let it cool down a minute. I like to take a knife, take a paper towel on the top, and just cut down. It's going to get a little messy, but this makes it a lot easier. Take this off the cob. And once I said before, if you want to use frozen, you can use frozen. Save you some time, but summertime is great fresh corn. So if you want to take advantage of that, and once you do this, you know, it'll be easy for the next dish. So we'll save you time. It's not that long to actually cook it. So there's our corn off the cob. We're going to put that, we're going to save half of this, and the other half we're going to put right in here with our green beans. Put this in with our green beans, half of it, and you're going to save the other part of the rest of the corn for another recipe. Also, with your green beans, you can put in a little bit of cracked pepper, some salt as well. Now, if you'd like to put in some soy butter or really low-fat margarine, you can. I'd suggest you use soy butter. You could also get a little bit of spray to give it a little bit of moisture. Olive oil spray. will work. Don't use the non-stick, but a nice olive oil or canola spray will give it a little bit of moisture. And basically we're just going to toss that around with our green beans and our corn. So that's our side. And that doesn't have much fat in it, so that's great. Alright, let's take the turkey and our zucchini out of the oven. There we go. So that's nice and roasted off. Zucchini, turkey breast. You know, this recipe's for 2. If you want to multiply it for 4 or so forth, you can. You can use a bigger, larger roasting pan if you want. So that's ready to go. How do I know my turkey's done? One is it's really firm. Okay. You can also take a meat thermometer and use that to measure it. So my turkey's about ready to go. It's been about 20 minutes in that oven. It might take in some ovens up to 30 minutes, but this has been 20 minutes and my turkey's nice and firm and ready to go. Alright, we're going to slice up our turkey. Some of this you're going to use for this recipe and you're going to have some left over for another recipe. So take your knife, get your hands a little bit dirty, it's okay. Slice it, kind of slice it at an angle, it's nice. You don't have to be perfect. It's going to make a little bit of a mess on your cutting board, that's fine. Make sure that your cutting board was washed from before. Make sure you didn't have any raw meat on there. So those are nice slices of my turkey along there. Wipe my hands a little bit. So we've got our green beans, some more nice corn on top of that. I love fresh corn this time of year, it's great. Corn's gotten sweeter over the last 50 years, they said, by the way it's been bred and hybrid of it. Also, we have zucchini, a couple slices of fans of zucchini. Now, you're going to have some extra zucchini you're going to save for the next recipe. And you can just cool that down. There's our zucchini, and of course our slices of turkey, of our barbecue turkey. Now, if you want to put a little bit more sauce, of course, on there, you can. Put a little more sauce on there, squeeze bottle, or do a little coating on the top of the rest on the turkey. You're all set with that. So that's it on that dish. And once again, save your extra turkey and your extra zucchini and your corn for another recipe.